What's up, everybody? Julian here. Today I'm going to be showing you the much requested how to do hardstyle, hard techno, like LUCIID, RBX, that style. To go along with this video, you get the full project file, samples, MIDI, presets, everything from this video that you've just heard in the intro is available at the top of the description on my website. Make sure to go grab that while it's available. It's the best way to make an awesome track immediately. Today, I promise it'll help you get your tracks to the next level. Thanks for the support, everybody, and let's get started. Alright, so the first thing we got up here will be the drums. And this is really where the hard techno comes in, right? So we're starting with this kick. 3 layers, we got our kick. Our rumble, which I made by taking that kick, we pitched it down an octave. I stretched it out by warping it a lot here, you can see. And then I'm low passing it and distorting it. You get this rumble, and then I have this auto pan, so it gets like sidechain. And then we got this layer, which is the same kick, but essentially just filtered and distorted. And it takes it from this to this. Right, so we just get a lot more punch. Then on the group, we're doing a little bit more saturation, subcut, and then we're converting it to mono. We have our ride, which is just playing like this. A little bit of echo with ping pong, so it's very fast, but then it's spread out to either ear, so you get a stereo ride. And then this auto pan to sidechain it, sidechain hi-hat, and then a fat open hi-hat, plus a few little rave loops. These are 2 of mine. You can see what I've done though is I've literally just taken a little piece and just duplicated that over and over. It's not the whole loop, right? And then we're high passing that. So you get the whole drums in a group. And I wouldn't normally do this, but in this style it works really well. We're saturating them all together. There's without that. With it. Right? You can hear it's adding the insane crunch, and then you just blend that a little bit. And there you go. So before you can do any of this hard style stuff, before you can do any screeches or anything, you got to get this down. The hard techno drums have to be really good. So you got those, and then we go down to this little hard style kick. Right? And that's just kind of going under the groove. You can hear it really fills out the mid-range if I turn it off. Right, so it's doing a lot. There's a bit of processing on that. Before we can go, I'm actually going to show you. So I made that kick from scratch, and then I resampled it essentially. So what we're doing here is it starts with a 909, and then there's also like group processing. So we'll just go ahead and turn all that group processing off. So we're starting with this. So what this is it's a 909 kick, saturated, filtered, right? EQ8 is your best friend here, and then distorted again. So we start with that, and then I added this, which is like basically the same thing, but high pass and then distorted again. So you're kind of adding like some click to it now. Then we got this layer. So this is sort of like that top end layer that I was hearing. So the way I'm doing this is it's a sine wave, a little bit of FM from another sine wave, a few octaves up, pitch envelope, which is shaped like that, so you really get the like the tone to it, and then we're distorting it. And then the last thing here is that same 909 that I showed you, but I've actually taken it, I've distorted it a bunch, and I've reversed it, so you kind of get, you'll see when we do all the processing. So it's sounding like that right now, but then there's a bit of EQ, distortion, more EQ, more distortion, more distortion. Right? That's where it really becomes, and you can hear this reverse now. Like, see, you're getting that at the end there, right? And then a limiter. We're not even clipping, as you can see, but the limiter just kind of glues it. So I did that. So that's how you make the hardstyle kick. I wouldn't say that's the way I'd make one if I was doing like real hardstyle, but for what this needs to be, and when I was like referencing this against other tracks from these guys, that's how like you make this kind of a hardstyle kick, right? So then all you gotta do is you just take that, you make a new audio track, hit record, have the input be that group, right? So we'll just go here and click Hardstyle kick, and then just hit record, and that's all you got to do, right? Right, and so now you have the kick, and that's what leads us to this point. That's how I got this. So once I had that, I'm pretty sure I pitched it a little bit, right? But then we EQ it a little bit more because you definitely want to get rid of the low end. Distort a little bit more distortion to kind of like awaken it. Another high pass and then some reverb. And there you go. It'll blend with the techno drums. Now you definitely have to do some finesse work for that. That's why we're doing so much cutting and so much like focusing this in the mid-range, is so that it will still work with a whole rumble kick under it, right? But yeah, then we have the stab. It's literally just playing on the upbeats, a little bit of high pass, reverb, and then the auto pan so that the reverb gets nice and ducked under the kick. This just helps fill things in. If I turn it off, right, you can hear it's adding a lot of energy to just have this in there. And then the last thing down here is going to be the screech. So it's just playing this pattern. You can see the note lengths really matter to get like different sounds here. And then we've got 3 layers. So what's happening here is this one, and this one. Right, so you can hear they're all a little bit detuned from each other. They're essentially all doing similar things. Like if I show you one, I'm pretty much showing them all. You know, it's just like the little envelope on the pitches, a little different envelope on another oscillator pitch. This one though, the thing with this is like we layer, okay, this one has no unison. The third one has classic unison. The first one has noise. So you really get a dense sound by layering the different unisons, right? And then they have different reverb and distortion on them as well. On the whole thing, there's just a little bit of a high pass. And that's how you do the screech. So there we are. That's how you do it. As you can see, it's a little bit of the hard style, a little bit of the hard techno, and it all comes together and makes this sick blend. So that's going to be it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed. As always, make sure to like this video as well as subscribe. And let me know what you think of this video in the comments. Like I said in the beginning, you can get the full project file, samples, MIDI, presets, everything from this video is available at the top of the description on my website. Thank you so much for the support, everybody. And I'll see you tomorrow with another video.